This just in from Tampa. These two guys getting some contract enhancements. Head coach of the Bucs, Bruce Arians, and general manager Jason Licht getting some new deals today, according to our Jonathan Jones. For Arians, it's a raise with 2 guaranteed years left on his deal and a team option for a third. For Licht, the GM, it's added years on the back end of his deal. Buccaneers returning all 22 Super Bowl starters. 10 were signed or extended this offseason. Everybody else was coming back, and that's why Tampa's one of the favorites to do it again. So let's bring in our NFL insider, Jonathan Jones. JJ, what more can you tell us about what the Bucs are doing to reward 2 of their top men?
Yeah, well, remember, Bruce Arians, typically after you win a Super Bowl, you're going to get some years added onto your contract. Well, he got the raise, and he got the raise because, remember, he had to be lured out of retirement by Jason Licht, a guy that they had worked together previously, going back to their days in Arizona. And so he said very clearly, listen, I'm going to be 69 going into the season or during this season, and those last couple years on the contract look pretty good to me. Obviously, he's battled some health issues in the past, and so for him it was about what he had earned, which was a pay raise for bringing a second Super Bowl title to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. For Jason Licht, of course, you can go back a couple of years ago in 2019 when he brought on Bruce Arians, and before they even had a game together, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers ownership group decided to give Jason Licht a contract extension for 5 years. And I remember thinking to myself, I don't know about all of that. You know, he had one winning season. He was on his 3rd head coach. We didn't know what was going to happen with Jameis Winston, but he and his fantastic front office group have really turned things around there. When you look at what they have been able to do in the draft over the years, you go back to 2017 and it was O.J. Howard and Chris Godwin in the top half of the draft. And then the year after it was Vita Vea and Carlton Davis and Ronald Jones. And then the year after that they had Sean Murphy-Bunting and Jamel Dean. They also had Devin White. And then last year, of course, Tristan Wirfs and Antoine Winfield Jr. So just hit after hit in the first couple days of each year of the draft. And then, of course, it was getting the greatest quarterback of all time, and Bruce Arians had plenty to do with that. So these 2 men, if there's anyone who deserves it out there, Bruce Arians getting a pay bump, and Jason Licht getting a couple more years to his contract. They can thank TB12 for bringing that second Lombardi and all the goods that came with it as they look to go back-to-back going into the 2021 season.
For Arians specifically, JJ, 2 guaranteed years left on his deal and then a club option for the 3rd year. Do you see his tenure there as Tampa's coach and as an NFL coach ending when Tom Brady decides he wants to move on?
It very well could, especially if they're going to continue doing what they did this past season. They could be absolutely joined at the hip. And I know we remember last season, right, when before they got on their win streak there to end the season and going into the playoffs, you know, there was a lot of, hey, you know, Tom's got to be better at this, and he's got to make those passes, and he's got to connect there. And we're all wondering, wow, he's really calling out Tom Brady. What is that relationship like? And really, each time both men were asked about it, they downplayed it. But very clearly, they have and had a relationship that they were building through a COVID season where, you know, they tried to play golf and couldn't really play golf together because of protocols, and they got to really, obviously, grow to like one another, and now they have grown to be champions together. So, you know, I could absolutely, Chris, see that happening. Certainly if both men remain in good health, that as long as they keep winning, hey, why do we have to end this pony ride? And so we will certainly see if they go as repeat champions. I know they don't want to use the run it back term, but if they go for 2 and then if they start going for 3, I can absolutely see Bruce Arians saying, you know what? The lake house is still there. I can wait on it. We get enough days off. I can go enjoy the lake house in the off season. Let's go ahead and try to win another one as Tom Brady continues to try to just outpace every quarterback there ever has been or ever will be in terms of championship GOAT material.
All right, that's the news from Jonathan Jones. Bruce Arians gets a pay bump, and the general manager, Jason Licht, gets some added years onto his deal as Tampa brings home a Super Bowl championship this past season. They look to do it again this upcoming season as the favorites in the NFC and as the second betting favorite to win it all, bringing back all 22 starters from last season. Over-under win total 11.5, and very heavy favorites to win the NFC South.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.